I meant what I said about movies and summer and just being together.
I'm sure you did. At the time. I also meant what I said.
The ending of High School Musical 3 creates a tough situation for a potential fourth movie. The third film wrapped up the senior year for the core cast: Troy, Gabriella, Ryan, Sharpay, Chad, and Taylor, leaving them to ponder their futures. Unlike the first two movies, which had a lighter tone, High School Musical 3 deals with the reality of moving on and figuring out what's next for these characters. After the final curtain call in High School Musical 3, the music continued at East High in High School Musical: The Musical: The Series, but most of the original cast didn't return. So Troy Bolton's last scene in the third movie remains the final musical moment for the original cast. The ending of High School Musical 3 gives a glimpse into where each character is heading, but it also makes a sequel tricky since it wraps up their high school journey and sets the stage for moving on. Moreover, it's tough to imagine Zac Efron's Troy Bolton having a truly happy ending after High School Musical 3. By the end of the movie, Troy decides to juggle both basketball and theater at the University of California, Berkeley. He seemed optimistic about managing both passions simultaneously, but reality often hits harder than expectations. In high school, Troy managed to balance his interests with relative ease, but college presents a whole new set of challenges. Pursuing both basketball and theater would mean a grueling schedule, with early morning practices, long hours of rehearsals, and constant travel. The pressure to excel in both areas could easily lead to burnout. College is a time for students to focus and specialize, and Troy's ambitious plan might have made it difficult for him to excel in either field. Additionally, college sports and theater programs are highly demanding and competitive. Troy would face numerous administrative hurdles, from conflicting schedules to the intense pressure of maintaining top performance in both areas. As he progressed through college, it's likely that the demands of managing both basketball and theater would become overwhelming. Eventually, Troy might have had to make a tough decision between continuing with sports or pursuing his passion for acting. In the real world, balancing two such demanding pursuits is no easy feat. The logistical and emotional challenges of juggling both could have made Troy's college experience far from smooth, happy ending fans might imagine. While it seemed natural to consider a fourth High School Musical installment, making it happen proved tricky, mainly because the original characters were in college. However, the story could still continue beyond high school, even without the high school setting. If High School Musical 4 were to happen now, it would be set about 16 years later, making it a bit challenging for Zac Efron to reprise his role as Troy Bolton. But there's still a way forward. In High School Musical: The Musical: The Series, there's a meta twist where a fictional High School Musical 4 is filmed at East High, featuring some of the original cast. This setup leaves room for an official movie to explore what happens to the characters. The series hinted that Troy and Gabriella later went to therapy, but their futures were left open-ended. A new High School Musical 4 could explore the real-life consequences of Troy's dual passions and stay true to the series' theme that you can be anything you want. By the time the movie is made, Troy and Gabriella might have a family, with their kids now in high school. Troy could have shifted careers, perhaps into something like business, and the film could focus on him helping his children discover their own paths while he reconnects with his own dreams. Zac Efron could return as a 30-something Troy, who has left his dreams of drama and basketball behind for practicality. The show could center on Troy rediscovering his passion for teaching at East High and passing on his legacy to his kids. This full-circle narrative would beautifully blend dreams and reality, setting the stage for a potential High School Musical 5. So what could be the story for High School Musical 4? There are also rumors that High School Musical 4 could pick up 16 years after the original trilogy, focusing on Troy Bolton now in his early 30s as he navigates life beyond college. Troy is a successful but somewhat disillusioned businessman who sacrificed his passions for a more conventional career. He's married to Gabriella and they have 2 teenage children. Despite his success, Troy feels unfulfilled and nostalgic for his high school days when he was passionate about basketball and theater. The story could begin with Troy and Gabriella returning to East High for a special alumni event. This visit brings back memories and stirs up Troy's old dreams. Seeing the current students thriving in their own pursuits, Troy begins to question his own choices and feels a deep sense of longing for the joy he once found in drama and basketball. Troy decides to reconnect with his roots by volunteering at East High. He starts coaching the basketball team and teaching drama, sparking a renewed sense of purpose. Meanwhile, his children are students at the school, facing their own challenges and exploring their interests. Troy's involvement at East High helps him bond with his kids and rediscover his love for theater and sports. As Troy gets more involved, he must balance his new role with his existing responsibilities and work through the conflicts in his marriage. The story could address the challenges of pursuing one's passions while managing real-life responsibilities. Troy might also have to face off with a rival coach or a new drama teacher, leading to personal growth and reconciliation. In the end, Troy finds a way to integrate his passions into his life more harmoniously. He and Gabriella come to terms with their own dreams and ambitions, supporting each other through the process. Troy's journey concludes with a heartfelt performance and a championship game at East High, symbolizing his full-circle return to his roots. The film could close on a hopeful note as Troy and Gabriella's children take on their own roles in the school, continuing the legacy of dreams and determination. This storyline would blend nostalgia with new challenges, allowing fans to reconnect with the characters while introducing fresh elements and themes. We think there's a solid 75% chance we might see a High School Musical 4 because even 18 years after the original High School Musical hit the screens, Zac Efron is still reminiscing about his role as Troy Bolton. In a recent Vanity Fair video, Efron revisits some behind-the-scenes moments from the Disney Channel original movie, reflecting on how the film launched his successful career, from his role in the R-rated comedy Neighbors to the drama The Iron Claw. Efron's career has been diverse, but he hasn't forgotten his roots. In the video, Efron rewatches the iconic scene featuring the song Get Ya Head in the Game, where Troy and his Wildcat teammates sing and practice basketball. He shares fond memories of filming, noting how the scene was shot with no CGI, just real basketball skills. Efron recalls the limited budget and the tight shooting schedule, but emphasizes the excitement and dedication of the entire cast and crew. He praises the choreography and director Kenny Ortega, remembering how they pulled off a challenging sequence with just a few days of practice. Efron's nostalgic comments highlight how special that moment was for him and his co-stars. The passion and energy they brought to the film were evident, and he still looks back with pride. This connection to the past and Efron's continued engagement with the High School Musical legacy could mean that a fourth film might just be on the horizon. With the original cast still having fond memories and the franchise's enduring popularity, there's definitely a chance we could see Troy and the gang back in action. And that's a wrap for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to drop your suggestions for future videos in the comments below, and let us know what you think a fourth film might be about if it ever happens.